Coming up next on the Legacy Journeys podcast.
It continues with Javon accusing Geneva of having their baby and calling, basically calling William the father.
Right.
And so he states that they agreed they will leave their spouses for each other. Mm-hmm. And he made good on that deal.
Right.
And he like, yo, what's up with you?
Right. She was like, yo, we were just sneaking around, dude.
Right. And she was like, we were sneaking around. Like, we weren't, together like that. And so
it was tight. The tension was tight.
Yeah. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Legacy Journeys, where couples over 40 come to embrace the now, explore what's next, and evolve their relationship with real talk, real love, and a whole lot of laughter. I'm your host, Liv, along with my co-host,
Carlton, the host with the most coast to coast. How y'all doing out there? And how are you doing, my queen?
I am good, my king.
Thank you. Good to see you. I always like how your ensemble is put together. So I'm always giving my baby compliments about her clothes and everything. So for you people on audio out there, yeah, she's sharp. Yeah, she's sharp.
I'm just wearing our gear, our swag.
Yeah, our swag. And
Legacy Journeys in the long sleeve.
Yes.
Got the long pink one. We got them in other colors. I'm trying to get it in a V-neck because I like V-necks better. Mm-hmm. But that's coming soon.
Okay. All right. So listen, you know me. I like to hop right into it.
Okay. All right.
I know y'all checked out some of our other reviews. And on this one, I want to know, have y'all been watching Divorced Sistas by Tyler Perry on the BET Plus network?
Yes.
Okay. So again, my wife, who has great ideas, because she had the great idea about us reviewing Nelly and the Shanties, We Belong Together. Mm-hmm. She came to me about Divorced Sistas. She's like, yo, everybody's talking about it. And I was like, okay. It took me a minute.
He was reluctant.
I was reluctant because I'm a whole dude.
Don't lie.
I'm a whole dude.
Yeah.
And so,
I get it. But there are men. We need y'all men to just step up and say, yes, I've watched Divorced Sisters. I watched some of Tyler Perry's movies.
By yourself. Just by yourself. Just not with your wife.
Okay, well, if you are watching it by yourself, what's the problem?
Hey, I'm just saying.
I have an uncle who, granted, he's 80 years old, but he watched the Haves and Have-Nots. I think he may have watched it with his wife, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm sure there are men out there who watch Tyler Perry alone. Or is that not a thing?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Either way.
I don't know.
So, okay.
It's good.
I see what it is now.
Listen, it's good.
So you think you a punk if you were to watch a Tyler Perry movie and or show by yourself?
I'm going to ask my wife one question, y'all, while we're on this recording.
What?
How many action movies have you watched with me?
0.
Maybe Spider-Man.
Different.
We did Spider-Man.
That is
we'll give
different.
you Spider-Man.
I didn't watch it by myself. Right. I never watched it by myself.
Right, exactly.
I never watched Star Wars by myself. No.
Okay. So also too, because we're going on facts.
Because men don't watch drama.
I'm not saying that, but based on our reviews and analytics of We Belong Together. The majority of people that watched our videos
it may have been on YouTube, 1 or 2, but we don't know how many views that we received from men. First of all, just haven't received a bunch of comments from men.
Right, we haven't received a bunch of comments.
They've all been women.
There's this one comment though. I'm sorry, not comment. There's this one stat. Mm-hmm. It tells you how many men versus women are looking at the video. So we had. It said 100%.
I forgot about that.
It said 100% female.
All right.
So
either way.
And I'm saying that to say I love my wife and she puts me on to good things. The Nelly and the Shanti was good. And Tyler Perry, he's so far from what we're seeing on this.
It's decent.
Pretty good. Yeah.
It's decent.
Yeah.
Because if y'all watch any of our other Tyler Perry reviews, not saying I don't like him, but he can be hit or miss. And this one right now is hitting, at least for me.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that it's. I'm gonna give it an honest feedback, an honest critique.
Okay, yeah, I know you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it I think the acting is good.
Right.
We're gonna get into it.
Okay.
We're gonna get into it. Speaking of the actors, we could probably go into who's actually playing in it, because I know y'all want to know about who's actually playing in this.
Before
series.
we get into that, I'm sorry to cut you off, but you need to have these people subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, make sure you all are subscribing to this channel, because we're getting tons of views. Yes. And our subscriber count is going up crazily,
yes,
y'all.
And
so
we appreciate
everybody.
It.
Yes,
so much.
Thank you. So if you haven't already done it, you've been watching, and we see a lot of people are returning to watch the videos. However, they're not subscribing.
Hit that subscribe button. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen.
Yes, you see that subscribe button. Hit it, and then make sure you hit the notification bell.
Yes.
And that will notify you the next time we're putting out a new episode.
And also, if you check out our website, legacyjourneys.net, you'll see where we have our swag. We got the hats.
Yes.
Got the long sleeve shirts. Like I said, I'm going to come out with the V-neck because I like V-neck so much better. So yeah, we got mugs. Oh,
yeah, we don't have one in here right now, but we got mugs.
We got totes. We got it all.
Short sleeve. Yeah.
We got short sleeve. So yeah, check us out.
So the people who are starring in this movie.
Okay.
I want you to go ahead and let the good people out there in cyber world know, our journeyers out there who rolling with us.
Is that what we're calling them?
We'll call them that for the day.
All right, our journeyers. Okay. All right. So there's 5 friends. There's Tiffany, that's played by Brianna Price. She's divorced 3 years. There's Geneva, played by Kadeem Andrea. I guess that's her stage name. She's still married. And then we have Rasheda, that's played by LaToya Luckett. She's the pastor's wife, Pastor Jeff. And then we have Bridgette, played by Jennifer Sears. She's, at least we don't think she hasn't been married.
Right. She's
never been married. And finally, Naomi, that's played by Portia Coleman. She's recently divorced. It starts off with Tiffany and Geneva. They're headed to pick up Geneva's daughter, Anika, from her school.
Right, from their preschool.
Is it preschool?
Like a little preschool.
Yeah, because she's about like 5 or 6. Yeah. So anyway, so they go to pick her up. And so while they're in the car waiting in the school line to pick her up, they're having a conversation. They're talking about how long they've all known each other, and
Naomi's divorce.
They're talking about Naomi's divorce, and apparently Geneva is Naomi's divorce attorney.
Right, that's correct.
We're not sure what Tiffany does, but they're having a conversation, and Tiffany has agreed to watch Geneva's daughter, Anika, for a week while her and her husband, who is William, Geneva and William, they go on vacation to kind of rekindle their marriage. They're
supposed to be going to Italy.
Right.
So the next scene, they show them having a meeting at a church. So they show Rasheda, who is the pastor's wife, and they show the pastor Jeff. They show Bridgette, who is, we believe, Rasheda's assistant. Yeah, she's Rasheda's assistant. Okay. Right. And they show the pastor's assistant and someone else. Myron is the pastor's assistant. And then Pastor Jeff is played by Devon Franklin. And the way they showing him, I already don't like him. So he is doing, he's playing his part. Because I was like, oh, he's an asshole. Yeah, we always say that too to each other. Like, I don't like this particular person. Then they're acting. They're doing a great job acting. Right. And I already don't like him because he was
he was basically picking. So they were having a conversation because they're trying to get a new church started.
Right.
And so he was poking fun. He was kind of condescending to Rasheda in front of, Bridgette and Myron, saying how she talks too much.
Right.
I guess when she because I think she's a pastor also.
Right.
And I don't know if he meant when she gives her sermons or when she prays, but he was kind of saying that she's long-winded.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why they'll need this new church so that when she does speak, she could talk as long as she wants.
Right.
And so, everybody was kind of looking at each other uncomfortable, so he said that. And then after the meeting was dismissed, she goes out to talk to him, and his right-hand man, Myron, is next to him. And so when she goes up to Pastor Jeff, she asked Myron if he could go wait in the car. But instead of listening to her, he looks at Pastor Jeff for confirmation.
Right, yeah.
And so he had to tell him, like, do what she say. Right. And then Rasheda's like, he doesn't even listen to me.
Right.
And I was like, I was like, why are you looking at her husband? She said something to you, like, do it.
Right.
And so there was that. And so she confronts him and asks him, like, why do you insist on, like, talking to me like that in front of everybody?
Right.
And then he's making light of it, like, what are you talking about? Like, I was just, joking.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could see, like, Bridgette, you could obviously see that there was some tension.
Right.
And Bridgette noticed that. So once Rasheda was done talking with Pastor Jeff, Bridgette went in to check on her.
Right.
Because she got a little emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And so Bridgette came to check on her, but Rasheda wasn't really ready to reveal all that was going on.
Right. But she could tell something was happening.
But she could tell, like, her friend wasn't doing well.
Right.
And so, And so then after that scene, that's when they introduced Naomi.
Right. Because
once Geneva and Tiffany pick up Anika, they go back to Geneva's house.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get there, Naomi's there.
Right.
And so Naomi's pissed because she found out that her husband, who recently left her for this 25-year-old white woman,
mm-hmm.
she found out that she had to give him some items in the divorce.
Right.
Which, okay, I didn't understand that because she also won $37 million in the divorce. So I'm like, okay, why does she have to give up these items? And so she's fussing at Geneva, telling her that she'll fire her. So she wasn't happy. And
she was 38.
Yeah,
she was saying she was going to fire Geneva.
Right. And then they're worried about her because of all that she's going through, and she drinks.
Right.
And you can tell she's just a firecracker.
Right.
Like she'll go off.
Right.
And so that's how we're introduced to Naomi's character.
Mm-hmm.
And so next we see Tiffany and Geneva talking at Geneva's house while Geneva's daughter, Anika, is playing with her dolls.
Right.
And so as they're talking, they overhear Anika say to her dolls, Damn, your ass is fine.
Right. So out of the mouth of babes, she got
right. And so Geneva was like, Anika, what did you just say? And Anika repeated, damn, your ass is fine. And Geneva was like, a 5-year-old shouldn't be talking like that. Where did you hear that from? Mm-hmm. And so Anika tells her, that's what Daddy says to the pretty lady.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Kids, they gonna tell it. And so Geneva was like, what pretty lady?
Right.
And so Anika was like, the pretty lady at the school.
Mm-hmm.
And so Geneva was like, Geneva's an attorney, so she really started grilling her daughter.
Right.
Like, okay, well, how do you know the pretty lady? And so she was like, it's my friend's, my
mom.
classmate's mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, well, do you know her last name? And she was like, no.
Yeah, Tiffany had to save her.
Yeah, Tiffany was
had to save her. Like, yeah, baby,
don't grill your daughter.
Right.
Like, how would she know all of that?
Right.
And so it was bothering her so bad that she went back she called the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And the teacher, going back, when she picked up her daughter from school, the teacher was like, oh, like, it's such a surprise to see you.
Right.
I don't usually see you. I always see your husband and the nanny.
Right.
And we like both parents to be involved. Like,
right. Yeah, so she
bitch,
did.
what?
Yeah, she did. The lady at the daycare did shoot some
She
shots.
kind of checked her.
Yeah, she
like,
did. Shots were fired.
And Geneva was like, yeah, I'm an attorney. Like, I work.
Right, I'm extremely busy.
And I'm extremely busy. And a lot of times I can't be here, but I will when I can. Like,
yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she overstepped all kinds of boundaries saying that. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so going back to Geneva, she calls the teacher. And of course, the teacher's a smartass and was like, because Geneva was like, well, can you tell me who she is?
Right, who the last name? She
want the phone number because she pretended to want to schedule a play date.
Right.
So that she could get information and hopefully her number.
Mm-hmm.
And so the teacher was already like on it, like, yeah.
That's out of line.
We can't, that's inappropriate.
Right, that's the word she used, yeah.
Yeah, we can't give out, we can't give out that type of information. And so she was like, okay, well, can you give me her number? And she was like, no, I cannot give you any information on a classmate. So then she goes up to the school and sweet talks the custodian into letting her in, saying that she lost a teddy bear.
Right.
And so, so she goes in there and
gets the information.
She finds out the last name.
Right.
And the custodian tells her, oh, they own a business.
Right. And gives her the name of the business.
Right. Bridgette meets with Tiffany to get pedicures.
Right.
And Bridgette is telling her that something's going on with Rasheda.
Mm-hmm.
But she don't know quite what. And so Tiffany is telling her, well, she tells everything in her book. And Bridgette's like, yeah, she does, but she only let me read so much of it. And it's like, Rasheda will begin to tell her, but then she'll stop. Like, she won't let everything out.
Mm-hmm.
But Bridgette's like, I know something's going on with her. And so they have that conversation.
And what about Naomi? Like, how Tiffany telling Bridgette, like, how Naomi feels about
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you
remember that.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. So Tiffany says to Bridgette, well, you know how Naomi feels about Pastor Jeff. They don't say exactly how she feels.
Oh, yeah.
But Bridgette was like, oh, yeah. But she was like, do you really think that? And they still didn't say what Naomi thought about him.
Right. Because, I think Pastor Jeff is friends with Naomi's ex.
They're
all
okay.
Like a friend circle too.
Yeah, that's right. And they're planning to have a banquet.
Mm-hmm.
And so going back to when Rasheda had the meeting, when they were all in the meeting at the church, Rasheda asked if Franklin, who is Naomi's ex-husband, was going to be there.
Right.
Because Naomi is planning on attending. So they just trying to make sure that they're not in the same space.
Right.
Because Naomi is still very upset.
Right. It's very contentious.
Oh, yeah, very.
Very contentious.
And so going back to Tiffany and Bridgette at the nail salon, at the nail salon, they were discussing this and, trying to find out if Franklin is going to be there. And so then after...
Like, it ends with that scene where the lady comes to get some counseling, the young lady.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you. And so the episode ends where Rasheda is at the church and she's meeting this young lady for counseling.
Right.
And so the lady is like 19 years old, and she's telling Rasheda, I'm ashamed to tell you, I'm scared to tell you, I don't want you to be mad at me, or I don't want you to hate me.
Right.
And so Rasheda was like, no, I won't hate you. You could trust me. You know, this is confidential. I'm a friend. You know, you could talk to me. And so it ends with the young lady telling her that she slept with Pastor Jeff.
Right.
And it
multiple
ends,
times.
Right. Multiple times.
Right.
And he made her go down on him.
Mm-hmm.
And so it ends with that.
Right.
And so that was episode 1. And and in the midst of that, was this episode 2 or 1 where we see Naomi, where she's with that guy?
Yeah, I want to think that was episode 2, but I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, the prostitute.
Yeah. Look,
So somewhere mixed up in there, she hooks up with a prostitute.
Right. I thought that was episode 1 because they introduced her when she was at Geneva's house.
Right. Then the next time
they show her,
she was letting the dude.
She was letting the dude in. So I think it was episode 1. And so you see a side of Naomi, like she likes to drink. She's the type that drinks, and you know she'll be out somewhere drunk because she's hurting.
Right.
And so there's a scene where I don't know if she had a male escort. He was clearly a prostitute.
Right.
And they basically have sex, and she's like, nigga, get the hell out.
Right. You can go now.
You could go now. She throws the money at him.
Right.
And like, you could go. And so I guess just maybe telling us her personality or letting us see like how she's in pain. I don't know.
Right. Because she was obsessed about that scene, basically showed how obsessed she was about her ex-husband's new wife, because she was trying to to get into her account.
Yeah. You know, it looked like she was trying to get on social media.
Mm-hmm. That's what it was.
Because like, and apparently he's putting out all these posts about how my wife is, I got the better wife, and just, you know, taking shots.
My second wife is better than the first wife. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, who does that? Yeah. Like, but you never know.
Right. And it is TV drama, so.
Right. And so that's how the first episode ends, where the young girl's like, yeah, your husband, I slept with him.
Right.
And so on the second episode, which is called Old Flames, New Scars, it continues with the 19-year-old talking to Rasheda. And so she's basically asking like, okay, do you forgive me? And Rasheda's like, yeah, I forgive you. And so Rasheda asked her, when has this happened?
Every Thursday.
She was like, every Thursday after choir rehearsal, he would bring me into his office. She was like, his office? She was like, yeah. She was like, please don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. And so Rasheda was like, well, let's go.
What time?
Oh, yeah. She said, what time? And she was like, I don't know what time. It was after choir rehearsal.
Right.
And so she said, how did it start? Like, how did this all come about? And she was like, well, he was counseling me. And so she said, he asked me to go into his office. And next thing you know, he asked me to go down on him.
Right.
And then we had sex. So Rasheda asked her, she was like, come go with me. And she was like, what? No, like, I don't want to see him. Right. And so Rasheda was like, don't worry about it. He's not here.
Right.
We're just going to go to his office. And so Rasheda takes her into his office, and she's like, okay, we're in here. Like, what happened? Was it here?
Right.
Like, where was it?
Right.
And so she was saying it was on the desk.
Right.
And so then Rasheda pulls out this iPad.
Right.
And lets her know that there's cameras in there.
There's 4 cameras in that room.
It's 4 cameras in that room.
It's 4 cameras in the room we just were.
In her office.
Right.
It's cameras in the hall.
And it's cameras outside of the door.
Right.
And she's like, I don't see you on none of these cameras.
On any of these cameras on any day. that you said that y'all were together.
Right. Yeah.
And so basically the girl was lying.
The girl was lying. And she was like, well, I'm going to call my attorney.
Right. And she was like, okay.
So that's what it's about.
Trying to get you trying to sue.
Yo, she did a great job.
Yeah.
She did a great job. Her character's believable.
Oh, yeah. Rasheda, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
LaToya Luckett is killing that character. Because she was like, look, I'm going to pray for you.
Right.
And she was like, I wish you well in your struggle.
Right.
In your struggles. And I'm going to read you a scripture. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to send you on your way.
Yeah.
You lying ass.
Right.
And so then Bridgette comes in. And she's like, yeah, like these hoes be tripping.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, this girl called 10 times.
Right.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's another one. She's like, that's another one.
Another one.
Somebody trying to claim that the pastor had
sex with them.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
I thought that was pretty smart, though.
I couldn't do it.
Protect yourself. I mean, that's pretty smart. Especially in this modern age.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so
that was pretty good.
Then after that scene, we go to Geneva. Mm-hmm. And so she's at her office and
she's an attorney, right?
Yeah, she's an attorney. So she's at her office and her assistant comes in and lets her know that she has a visitor.
That dude's been calling all day.
And that he's been calling all day. And so she's like, what do you want us to do? He's now here. And so she was like, who is it? And she said, Javon. She may have given the last name, but
she did. She gave the last name. Yeah.
Okay. And Javon is played by Robert Christopher. And so she tells her assistant to let him in. Mm-hmm. And so he comes in and he's basically telling her, like, hey, I missed you. It's been like 6 years since they were together.
Right.
And it's clear that they had a romantic relationship.
Right.
While she was married to William.
Right.
And he was still married. But he let her know that he's now divorced and he's wanting to start things back up with her.
Right.
And she's like, nah, if you here for that, like, nah, that's not going to happen.
Right.
But you could tell that she's still like attracted to him because he asked her for a hug. And so she gave him a hug and she was just like, you could tell that she was still feeling some type of way about him. Tiffany goes over to Naomi's house just to check and see how she's doing.
These are the
to make sure, right. To make sure that she ain't, she's not drinking. And so, but before she goes in her house, she's talking to Rasheda about, Naomi.
Right.
Because they're all trying to find out whether or not her husband is going to be there.
Right.
The pastor said he invited him because the pastor was just like, yo, they're divorced.
Right.
Like Naomi needs to get over it.
Right. She needs to grow up.
Yeah, grow up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Like, wait a minute. And Rasheda's like, okay, but that's my friend.
Right.
So anyway, and so Tiffany goes over there and she's talking to Rasheda. And as she's talking to her, they get off the phone. Naomi opens the door and is like, bitch, there's a camera out here.
Right.
Like, I heard everything you said.
Right.
And Tiffany's like, well, I shouldn't have to repeat it. Like, I came over here to check on you.
Right.
And so she's telling her she's fine, but she's mad.
Right.
No, she didn't say she was fine.
She was upset.
She was upset.
Yeah, and she was like, I go to my counselor. And she said her alcohol was counted. I got light brown, dark brown. She got the different alcohol. Those are her therapists, is what she said. So yeah, that I think that episode, something happened with that. That's when the prostitute was there, because that was after the prostitute.
Right.
I couldn't understand why she had the same
and
wardrobe.
And she still had on the same outfit.
Yeah.
Because apparently they had sex.
Right. Yeah.
And she still had on the same exact outfit.
Throughout the whole episode.
And I just have to say, y'all know Tyler Perry shows where one day is like 3 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 episodes, and this one does not disappoint.
Same old thing.
Same thing.
Just like daytime drama.
Yes. And so she goes over there and she lets her. did she tell her anything about Franklin?
She was just telling her, like, get her stuff back. You don't need to be acting silly.
Right.
Like, at least you got half. That's what we told her.
Oh, yeah, because she's still upset that she had to give, like, he's asking for the ring, the car. And she's like, yo, fuck that. Like, fuck him.
She was like, yo, you got $37
And she was like, you got $37 million. Like, right. Let it go.
Right.
She was like, and she can't let it go because she's hurt.
Right.
Which I can understand that.
Right.
Your man leave you for this younger white woman. Yeah, I would be upset about that. I would feel some type of way. And I would want some type of revenge. I would want him to hurt. So that I get. And, and then she's telling Tiffany, well, who's been through a divorce also. And she's like, yo, I'm not going to let him, like, ruin my life, by focusing on, him and what he did.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to live my life.
Right.
No, I haven't, began dating yet, but I don't have that anger.
Right.
And so,
yeah, that was kind of deep. And then the next scene was Rasheda coming home.
Oh, yeah. So then, ignoring her. Yeah. So Rasheda, you see where she's coming home and she's talking to the kids and they're teenagers.
Right.
And, the daughter, she's being a bitch. She's trying to speak to her and the daughter was on the phone.
Right.
And so she's like, Mom, like, don't bother me. What do you want?
Yeah, typical teenager.
Yeah, typical teenager stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so, meanwhile, Geneva comes over to talk to her, to talk to Rasheda. And so, Geneva tells Rasheda that she believes William is cheating on her based off of what her daughter Anika said.
Right.
And so
and nobody's believing that Williams will cheat on
her. And Rasheda was just like, yeah, no, William loves you. He would never do that.
Right.
And so then she asked Geneva, do you think you're suspecting this because of your infidelity?
With Javon, right?
With Javon.
Right.
And so
and that was my mindset.
Right.
Yeah, once Javon showed up and then, I was like, oh, that's why she acting like that.
Right. Well, but Geneva was like, Geneva said, Geneva truly believes that William is cheating on her.
Right.
Because Rasheda was like, well, how do you know? And Geneva said, I know he is.
Mm-hmm.
And so Rasheda was like, yeah, maybe that's why you're thinking that because of what you did.
Right.
And so Geneva was like, yeah, but she was like, William is great. I mean, but she was like, Javon, she was like, Rasheda was like, what? He married and not yours.
Right. She was like, he divorced now.
Right. And she was like, Geneva was like, he's divorced now. And she was like, but still.
Right.
Like when he came into your life before and he messed up, damn near messed up everything. Mm-hmm. Like, don't invite him back in. And then Geneva was like, well, I just need to feel something real again.
Right. So that's insinuating that her and William don't have a strong, she don't have no strong sexual attraction. Right.
To William for whatever reason.
Right.
Because I thought it was odd. And this, I guess, was the twist where the wife is cheating.
Right.
Because I'm like, okay, for the wife to cheat, you really gotta be like, she gotta be lacking something.
Mm-hmm.
Or, it's gotta be something for us to cheat. Because we don't typically cheat for no reason.
Right.
And so, so Geneva was like, girl, just pray for me. And Rasheda was like, yeah, I'll pray for you, but you need to stop doing stupid shit. Like, and you need to pray for yourself.
Right. You wrap these praying hands around your neck.
Right. Right. Don't make me wrap these praying hands around your neck. Like, yeah, stop doing that. Like, don't let the enemy in. And the enemy being Javon. Like, Rasheda's playing her part.
Yeah,
she's like, yo, I will pray for you and I will cuss you out if I have to.
Right.
Respectfully.
Yeah, she's very stern.
Yes.
What I see.
on the next scene, Bridgette finds out some disturbing information about her boyfriend, Vaughn, who's played by Pierre V. Johnson. And so apparently several people have helped her or helped him with the job.
Right.
And he quit.
Right.
And this last one was with Calvin, but we don't really know. Did you know what Calvin did? Because it seemed like they had some type of relations.
Right.
And so he was calling her, letting her know, like, yeah, he left me high and dry.
Right. Because he was talking to her kind of like he was her brother or...
I didn't know the dynamics of their relationship.
Right.
But she was just like, I'm sorry, I'm going to talk to him. And he was like, yeah, like he just left me. And she was like, I'll talk to him. So she talks to him and he's like, yo, like, that's not what I want to do.
He said, I'm a
content creator. And then we find out he's 30 years old, which I'm assuming is much younger. Because Calvin was like, yeah, these young niggas, they don't want to work. And,
I want to sit around and play video games.
Right,
and that's what he wanted to do.
That's what he wanted to do, go play video games.
Right.
And so she then was contemplating whether she should invite him to this banquet. Because she was like, she asked him if he had a suit. And he was like, he got like
the thing from the last event,
right? Where he was a waiter,
right? And it was a waiter,
and they got the outfit out of dirty clothes,
right? So the outfit wasn't.
And so I'm like, and then she kept calling him boy,
right?
So I don't know what's going on with her and why she would even deal with a guy like that,
right? Because
clearly he's not even on her level,
right?
So yeah, we don't know what's going on with her mind for her to, deal with somebody like that.
Yeah, he's comic relief. I think he's more comic.
I mean, but sometimes like I get some comedy in it, but it's like, do you want it to be comedy or do you want it to be drama?
Yeah,
I mean, because I know he'll throw like with Sisters.
Right.
What's his name? The gay guy. He's comic relief, but
right.
Sometimes it's not really necessary to me.
Even Zach is comic relief on a lot of the
yeah, he is.
Yeah, he started off being
comic relief,
exactly,
but then he got serious.
Right. Well, they shall see how many people was liking him. I guess you know what I'm saying.
I don't know, but anyway, because if it's because you said it's like a soap opera. And not soap operas aren't all funny. They may have funny moments, but not like that.
Yeah, over the top.
Right.
Type
and that's the thing, the over the topness of it.
Right.
But anyway, and so, yeah, we're going to find out what's going on with her. Because it's like, why would you even date this guy?
Right.
Talking about he want to play some video games.
Right.
And then on the next scene, Rasheda and Pastor Jeff are having a disagreement in their home, where she was going towards him. I don't know if they were in their bedroom, and he sees her coming. He's on the phone. He starts lowering his voice, and he closed the door on her. And so she's like, yo, like, what type of conversation are you having where you're in a hushed tone?
You're in hushed tones, yeah.
And I can't hear what you're saying.
Right.
And he was like, well,
it was a private
conversation anyway.
Right.
Like, what do you want? And she was like, okay, what type of private conversations are you having that I can't be privy to?
Right.
And so then as they're arguing, the kids come in and they're just like, you both are always arguing.
Right.
Like every time you're home, you're arguing. But when you're at church in front of everybody, you're pretending.
Right. Tell them they're being hypocrites.
Right. Yeah, and they basically like, yo, we see y'all. And they're like, what? What are you talking about? And the daughter was like, Ma, don't play in my face.
Right.
Like, we're not stupid. We see y'all. Y'all aren't happy.
Right.
And so it goes from that.
They walk out.
Right. And then
look, her and her boss, she's like, yo, go get in the shower.
Oh yeah. Afterwards, she says to Pastor Jeff, go get dressed.
Right.
Go get ready.
Right.
And so he just turns around and, proceeds to go in the bath or whatever to get ready. Mm-hmm. And so then we go back to Geneva and William's house. Oh, and we didn't say her husband William is played by Ronrico Lee.
Yeah.
Ronrico?
Yeah, he been getting his run in.
Okay. Yeah. And so she comes downstairs ready to go to church, to the church banquet.
Right.
And she sees that Javon is downstairs.
Right.
And so William, her husband, invited him.
Right.
And I was like, to go to the banquet with them. And I'm like, okay, this is awkward because William was like, oh yeah, y'all been friends forever. And, y'all were inseparable. And I'm like, okay, in my mind, I'm thinking he knows. Because as they're down there, he's like, wait, let me go get our daughter.
Right.
And so Javon is like, your daughter. And then he heard the name Anika.
Right.
And he was like, and you could tell him looking like confused.
Right.
And so William brings Anika down and introduces her. And was like, I forgot how he introduced her. But he was just like, yeah, this is a longtime friend. And she was like, hi, my name is Anika. And he was like, oh, you're just as beautiful as your name. And so then it's her bedtime.
Right.
And she's like, she wants daddy to put her to bed. So William takes her back upstairs, leaving Geneva and Javon downstairs.
Right.
And so I'm like, he gotta know what's going on. Because why would you invite him? And then he says he's trying to hook her up with Tiffany, her friend.
Right.
And so when he goes upstairs with Anika, they're downstairs talking. And he was like, you had a baby and named her Anika. Like, that was supposed to be our child's name.
Right.
And then he was like, how old is she? And then he was like, he asked Geneva, is that his baby?
Right. Then it goes off.
And then it goes off.
Yeah, leave it with the cliffhanger.
So, yeah, that's episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so the next episode 3, is called Hush Tones. And it continues with Javon accusing Geneva of having their baby and basically calling William the father.
Right.
And so he states that they agreed they will leave their spouses for each other. Mm-hmm. And he made good on that deal.
Right.
And he like, yo, what's up with you?
Right. She was like, yo, we were just sneaking around, dude.
Right. And she was like, we were sneaking around. Like, we weren't, together like that. And so
it was tight. The tension was tight.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this is crazy
to be in.
Yeah, and then William comes back down. I was like, okay, y'all ready
to go?
And then just the way he was acting, I was like, he gotta know. Ain't no way you could be that ignorant.
Yeah.
Just the way they were behaving around each other, I'm like, he gotta know.
Mm-hmm.
And so tensions. So then in the next scene, you could tell tensions mount with Rasheda and Pastor Jeff as they're riding to the church banquet.
Right.
Rasheda accuses Pastor Jeff of not making time for her and that he doesn't love her. And he goes to say, okay, so yeah, this man here goes to tell her that I tell you I love you. I tell you every Sunday at church.
Right.
Like, what the hell? Are you serious?
Right. And she's like, yo, that's in front of the church. Like,
right. Like, you don't tell me that when we're alone.
Right. So the kids are kind of right.
And so she's like, well, damn, the kids are right. Mm-hmm. Like, we're being pretentious.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he goes on to say that any woman, like, he was basically like, we don't ride together anymore because you always nagging me.
Right.
And you always telling me something that I've done.
Right.
And nagging me. And she was like, I don't nag you. And he was like, oh, he's an asshole. He was like, just chill out. You'll be fine once we get to where we're going. and all the people, you walk out on the red carpet, all the people calling your name, you'll be all right. And she was like, and he was just like, look, don't ruin this evening for me. And she was like, you already ruined it for me. And he was like, you would be lucky. You know how many women would love to be in your shoes? You see the women. They be checking me out. You see them trying to get my attention.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, and that's why I do what I do to kind of combat all of that.
Right. And then she had to remind dude that her grandfather is like, this church is only possible because of the endowment that my grandfather made.
Right. And he was like, because when she made that comment about that's why she worked hard to try to, you know, dispel all of that, he was like, okay, well, what are you trying to say? Like, I give you a good life.
Right. Yeah, he was tripping.
Yeah, like, I give you a great life.
Right.
And she was like, wait a minute, nigga, like, my grandfather, the one that built this.
Right.
Like, so what are you talking about?
Right.
And so then he gonna act like, well, why you throwing shit up in my face?
Yeah, it's about money, huh? It's about the money.
Right. Like, nigga, how you gonna say what you said, but you mad? But that's how men do. They don't like, they always mad at your reaction to their disrespect. And so,
they always mad. Now, what do y'all think about that? Before we even go
I'm just
further,
saying,
y'all, if y'all watch this long,
she
put that in the comments.
She had to go there because he gonna tell her that he give her a great life.
Right.
And she's like, yo, my grandfather started this, so don't act like you did all this and that for me.
Right.
Like, this is where it started. Yeah, he's a trip, but he playing his part.
Right.
And so while getting ready for the banquet, Naomi gets confronted by her ex-husband's attorney.
Right.
And the cops. So they basically coming over to confiscate her stuff.
Right.
And she's like putting up a fight, and, you know, they all go outside, and she's like, no, fuck you. I'm not doing this. And she took off the jewelry and tossed it in the lawn. And they was like, yeah, we got metal detectors.
We got metal
for
detectors.
that.
We can go.
They took her paintings. They took her fur.
Right.
They took the Range Rover and left her with the vintage, like, Mercedes.
Right.
And so she was like pissed, even more so mad. So she leaves.
But she got $37 million.
Which I don't understand. She got $37 million. You can, I guess it was the principle of it. Because they took her rings off her fingers.
Right.
They took her Cartier watch.
Right.
And so she was like, yo, that's my shit. That's my shit. And so, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as Geneva, William, and Javon are headed to the banquet, Geneva gets a call from one of Naomi's stylists telling them that the attorney came for her car and, you know, her items.
Right. And that she was wilding out.
Right.
She needed to check on her.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then we go to the banquet, and as Bridgette is setting up for the banquet, she's kind of regretting inviting. So she decided to invite Vaughn.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the waiters mistaken him for a waiter.
Like the head waiter.
And he was like, yo, you need to be getting to work.
Right.
And so that was a whole situation.
Right.
And so Vaughn was like, man, I'm a content creator. I don't work here. And so the waiter was apologetic. And Bridgette is just like, oh my God, like, I'm so embarrassed.
Right.
Like, but I'm like, what did you expect?
Right. And he goes off saying he's looking for a drink.
Oh, yeah.
At the church function.
Yeah. He asked for a drink. And then as people, because they're all starting to come in, they're sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes up to him and he was like, yeah, I'm alcoholic.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you can't be an alcoholic up in here because there ain't no liquor. I'm like, okay, this dude is doing the most.
Yeah. Calvin was there. Calvin showed up.
Oh, yeah. Calvin was like, yeah, man, like, what happened? Like, you just, for
leaving him high and dry.
You just left me high and dry.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, they could clearly see that this dude is a clown. So I'm like, I don't know why they even wasting their time. But yeah, he was just embarrassing Bridgette. But I'm like, I don't know what you expected.
Right.
from a man talking about he want to play his video games. But anyway, and so while they're there, Javon, so William, Geneva's husband, called Bridgette to make sure that they had the seating arrangement done so that Javon was sitting next to Tiffany because he's trying to hook them up.
Right.
And so Javon, they're there and Javon's talking to Tiffany and he's flirting with her.
Right.
And Geneva's sitting next to William and she's seeing this and it's bothering her.
Right.
So all of a sudden she gets up to go to the bathroom and Rasheda sees this and so she goes to follow her.
Right.
And so they're in the back talking and Geneva tells Rasheda, yeah, Javon came up to my job. And she's like, what?
But she told her
like,
to jump.
But she told her again.
Right.
And I was like, okay, because I thought when I first heard it, I was like, wait a minute, didn't she tell him that she seen him? And I was like, well, why did they repeat it? But she told her again, he came to see me. And she was like, what? As if she hadn't told her earlier, which I was confused about. That's Tyler Perry. And so she was like, he did? And she was like, yeah, he came to tell me that he got divorced and wanted to get back together. And she was like, William had invited him
to the house.
over to the house.
Downstairs and he was there.
Right. She was like, I come downstairs and he's there.
Right.
And he is questioning Anika's paternity.
Right.
He feels like that's his daughter.
Right.
And Rasheda's like, no way.
Right. She was like, y'all only did it once.
Right. And she was like, no. They did it several times unprotected.
Right.
And she was on IVF. She wasn't able to get pregnant. And then maybe with William. And then she slept with Javon and got pregnant.
That's what you're thinking.
That's what I'm assuming. That's what it sounds like. Because she says she started on IVF.
Right.
And because William thinks that that's his daughter.
Right.
And so, yeah. And I think she slept with Javon and she got pregnant.
Right.
And that's my assumption. Again, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny this, of course, because we only seen up to 3. But that's what I believe.
All right.
And so then Tiffany comes in and Tiffany got to use the bathroom. And so, they was being weird with her. Like she's all right. I thought you had to go to the bathroom. That's what Rasheda said to her. So then she goes to the bathroom and she comes back. And Tiffany says to Geneva, like, girl, you been holding out? Talking about with Javon.
Right.
And I thought that was weird because I'm like, y'all all supposed to be friends.
Buddies. Right.
How come Tiffany knows nothing about Javon? And I get it. Well, I say I get it. You have those friend groups where you can't share certain information with people, but I would think the way that they are, everybody would have known, but she didn't know.
Right.
And so then Tiffany says, I think I'm ready to date because she feeling him also.
Right.
It has no clue that her and Javon were together. I just thought that was weird.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting too that you brought it up.
Yeah, and so then Franklin shows up to the banquet with his wife.
The new white wife.
The new white wife.
Younger white wife.
Young white wife. And so, of course, the girls, Tiffany was like, yeah, like, you really bought this bitch here? And the girl was like, where's the dragon lady at? Talking about Naomi. And they was like, yeah, why you asking about her? And then she goes on to show, oh, look what he got me.
Right.
She was wearing the jewelry that they took from Naomi.
Right.
She was wearing it.
Yeah, that's when the unbelievability.
Right. Like, wait a minute, what?
All this happened in one day.
All of this happened in one day.
So
and then
the police had time, the lawyer had time to find the Geiger counter with a metal detector.
Yeah.
Right.
Get the items because she threw them in the lawn.
Right.
And so, yeah, they had time to do all of that, get them to Franklin, and then he presents them to his new wife. And then Tiffany was like, when she was talking about her yellow diamond jewelry, Tiffany was like, yeah, it looks better on black skin.
Right. Yeah. She threw a jab at her.
Yeah, she was like,
They
it
were
looks better
jabbing
on
each other.
darker skin.
Right.
And so then it ends with Naomi showing up at the party and she's drunk.
Right. Because she originally told the girls that she wasn't going to come.
Right.
You know, because they were trying to keep them from coming.
Yeah, they were trying to, you know, prevent what was happening. Then because again, Naomi is angry.
Yeah, she's a firecracker.
She mad as hell.
And
she has a right to be. I feel like she's justified. She just
2 hours earlier and gave it to the white man.
She just ain't justified to be, because I'm like, if you got, what you say?
I said they had just took her stuff 2 hours earlier and gave it to the white woman to wear.
Right.
For the banquet. The same banquet that they was going to. Everybody was
yeah,
going to.
The unbelievability is crazy. But again, that's Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get how she feels. I think she doing too much though. You know what I'm saying? But I get that. When you hurt,
right,
especially with a white woman, a younger white woman, like, yeah, I would be pissed too. I would want you to just die.
Yeah. So those are the first. Anything else you want to say about this?
No, so that was how they ended, because again, Naomi came in, she was drunk, and Naomi confronted her friends like, yo, you really talking, you socializing with them?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's how it ends.
And remember she was at the liquor store. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Now I got to come back with the critique of it now. Because remember she was at the liquor store. Mm-hmm. She came out with the bottle. Her hair was all messed up. Her hair
was a mess.
And she was talking about the police and roughed her up and all that. But when she gets to the banquet, every hair is in place. She's pristine when she walks in the door.
Right. Again. And then, don't get me started. Because, again, with Tyler Perry, his costumes, they be struggling. Because the banquet, like, remember the first dress she had on with it was supposed to be beaded? It looked.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And then with Bridgette had on, it's just, but again, that's Tyler Perry. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying he be struggling, because you can do a man's suit, you know what I'm saying?
Suit's easy. Yeah.
That's easy. But the women, yeah, he needs to step that up. But anyway.
But I mean, I just wanted to say though, after she showed up, I was ready to like, dang, I want to know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the episodes are long too though.
The episodes are like an hour.
Yeah, right at an hour.
Long, yeah.
So but I was wanting to know, like, okay, what's getting ready to go down now?
Right.
Yeah, what's getting ready to go down?
Especially knowing her. And so we have a few follow-up questions for y'all. And the first one is, would Geneva be justified in confronting William about her suspicions of him cheating?
You want to know what y'all think about
that?
that?
We want to know what y'all think.
Yeah, especially knowing that she cheated herself. Right.
So
and that might be dude's baby.
Right. So does she even want to open that box? And the second one, do you think William has an idea that Geneva and Javon had an affair, or is he just clueless? Because at one point, I was like, yeah, babe, he knows.
You think he just front?
I was like, he knows. He gotta know. And then when they were at the when they got to the banquet, he was like, yeah, ask Pastor. Yeah, she's into you. She into you. And Pastor Jeff was like, yeah. Yeah, she seemed like she interested, like, nigga. And maybe that's why he's committed to trying to hook them up, because he knows.
Right.
You know, so what do y'all think about that? And how do you feel about Tiffany not knowing anything about Javon, and she and Geneva have been friends since college?
Right, yeah, you touched on
like,
that.
What do y'all think about that? I thought that was weird.
Right.
And again, I ain't never been in a friend group like that, so maybe I don't know. But I'm sure there are certain friends you talk to more than others.
Right. Yeah, I can see that.
You know, so I can see that too. So let us know what y'all think. Mm-hmm. And then also, do you feel Naomi is overreacting with her behavior? How would you handle your husband leaving you for a much younger woman of another race? Mm-hmm. How would y'all feel about that? Yeah. I know I would be, like I said, I would be pissed.
Yeah.
And then what do you think about Bridget's boyfriend, Vaughn?
Yeah, I think he just...
Like,
I'm going to let y'all... I want to know what y'all think about Vaughn.
Is she just looking for something fun? Maybe she just looking to fuck right now. He got some good dick. I'm just saying. And she willing to put up with the petty bullshit. Because, yeah, that's why I don't fuck with young niggas. You know, I said down in another episode. Because, yeah, you ain't about to have me shot out on your big ass dick and I'm up here tripping. I'm hiding in bushes over you. I'm buying you video games and short sets. Yeah, nah, I don't deal with them younger niggas and they big ass dick.
Thank you for being married.
Yes, thank God.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Yes, because I used to get hit on at that time by younger men, and I would be like, I was always, All right, and so what would you do if you were in Rasheda's position as the first lady?
Right.
Like, how would you handle or deal with all the daily pressures of being the pastor's wife based on how Pastor Jeff treats her? Yeah, because see, and me personally, I remember liking a pastor, and this was back in New Jersey, and I'm not going to call any names or whatever, but yeah, I realized then, I was like, yeah, I can't be a pastor's wife. My mouth is reckless, because the way Pastor Jeff was talking to Rasheda, I would have been like, nigga, fuck you. Like, yeah, no, I'm not going to allow you telling me I should be lucky.
Thankful. Consider
no, he
lucky.
Said she should be lucky. You know how many women would love to be in your shoes? Right. And then he went further and was like, yeah, you see how they look at me trying to get my attention? Nigga, fuck you. Like, and then we feel like he may be on the down low. So
well, that's what you said.
Well, that's what I said based on a future episode. I didn't see a future episode. It was because of TikTok. I'm going to just be honest. And so, yeah, how would y'all feel? How would you handle that being a pastor's wife? And what's even funny is Carlton, everybody always calling him or telling him that they feel like he's a minister or something.
Ask me,
if he in the church. And so he was like, well, what would you do if I decided to like try it? And I was like, oh, Lord, I don't know. I guess I would have to fix my mouth. I don't know. But like I said, I ain't about that life. I'm like, Rasheda, yeah, I'll pray for you. I will cuss you the fuck out also.
So we want to know what y'all think about this new Tyler Perry show. Is it a go? Did y'all watch it? Have y'all watched even more episodes? Because this one we've only seen 3.
Right.
So we want to know what y'all, think about Tyler Perry's Divorced Sisters. So if you're feeling this, you're getting some value from, Liv's commentary on it.
You had a little.
I had a little bit to say about it, but we talked earlier about doing the show, and I was, like, yo, I'm going to follow your lead, baby. Okay. I know what happened in the scenes. I'm just going to follow your lead.
Okay. And then let us know, would you have a problem if your husband was watching this by himself? I don't know. Let's talk about it, because apparently a man can't watch a Tyler Perry movie by himself.
Well, this ain't a movie. This is a series. This is a drama series.
Or whatever it is they call it. This is the
equivalent.
So a man can't watch a drama series?
This is the equivalent of a man watching soap operas.
Ooh, yeah.
By himself. That's what I'm saying now. Yeah. By himself watching soap operas.
I would have a problem with you watching Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful, and what's another one?
I don't know.
Beyond the Gate.
General Hospital. What was that?
They still come on. Days of Our Lives. I would have a whole problem.
What was the other black one back in the day?
Like, hold on, babe. I need to tape this.
Generations.
I need to record it. That don't come on.
I know. I'm just
messing. But I'm just saying, would y'all think anything about y'all, man? Let us know.
Yo. Again, subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
Give this video a thumbs up.
Yes.
Hit that notification bell so you'll know the next time we're putting out videos. Again, we've been getting flooded with subscribers, so we really thank y'all for that.
Yes.
And we're going to have some more reviews on this because, listen, and I always ask my love too, like, hey, as long as we can talk about it from this couple's perspective, and look, we got people on here that are divorced, you got some that's married. Yeah, it's Hollywood, but often art imitates life.
Yes, it does.
So, y'all may know somebody that's going through. Y'all may know a pastor and a pastor's wife that's going through this, or somebody, a high profile person that's been divorced, and so people are like this out there in this world. And there definitely some damn people that want to play games all the time that don't want to work. So with that being said, this has been Carlton, and
I'm Liv,
and this is the Legacy Journeys podcast, where we embrace, explore, and evolve relationships just like ours.
Yeah.
We're going to see y'all on the next video, peeps. Peace.